Welcome back to another episode of Patriot Specialized. Today, this week actually, for the entire week, we're hauling a load from Hamburg, Pennsylvania, going to Maybank, Texas. Stick around.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James. Modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. It's a family tradition, diesel's running through our veins. Our daddy showed us the roads, we were born in the fast lane. Branded by our heroes, taught to saddle up and move. We keep this country rolling, we're damn proud of what we do. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James. Modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. Third time generation, a little old school salvation. Blazing trails across this nation, from sea to shining sea. We're the last, we're the last, we're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up go boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James. A modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. Modern day outlaw gang. We're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys. Saddle up, boys. Plates on a trailer load of grapes, fresh off the vine from the sunshine state of California. Headed east on 40, and there's Red Bull and Red Man buzzing up a young man dragging a boat to the southwest coast of Florida. Gets a barracuda, and there's a semi smoking like a steam machine, running hot up a mountain hauling gasoline. Huffing and a puffin', brothers, that ain't nothing. Cause in the get-gone lane, there's a mad redhead drinking double shot black, lipstick on the edge of a Starbucks cup, clothes and shoes in the bed of that truck. Ain't a set of taillights, she ain't passed, finger out the window, barefoot on the gas, she's hauling ass. Ain't nothing says ain't coming back like that. Feels like I'm sitting still, just a spinning my wheel, stuck in a traffic jam behind a red Trans Am. Dude's only doing 80, chasing after my baby. There goes a Lincoln, a beer train, hopper load of sweet grain, Cadillac, Hugos, guitars, pantyhose. God knows she's driving me crazy. I'm on a 911 highway patrol, report a girl out of missing, running out of control. Tell him to turn her around.
All right. So Thursday morning, I'm gonna try to get this in before the battery dies. Thursday morning down in Whitfield, Virginia. Stopped here for the night. Just came out of the truck wash. We pulled in here last night. Been parked behind these. They're not mobile homes, but they're mobile office guys that were parked in the road in front of us. Come out of the truck wash, and lo and behold, they're all Bennett guys. So that was pretty cool. And I don't know where Gary ran off to. That's pretty neat for talking with these guys, meeting them. I was waiting on Gary to come out of the truck wash. I don't know where he went. Looks like we're about ready to get back on the road here on day 2.
There's a mad redhead drinking double shot black, lipstick on the edge of a Starbucks cup, clothes and shoes in the bed of my truck. Ain't a set of tail lights, she ain't passed. Finger out the window, barefoot on the gas. She's hauling ass. Ain't nothing says ain't coming back like that.
All right, so currently almost to Memphis, Tennessee. I ended up stopping for the night because the Mr. Gary, the gentleman that I've got the pleasure of running with this week, his permit isn't valid in Arkansas until tomorrow. So no sense in going into Arkansas. There's a scale right across the border, and we're in no hurry, so no sense in getting him in trouble or taking a risk of getting him in trouble. So parked it for the night. We're gonna take the night off here, and then we will most likely finish this load out tomorrow. As I promised, I'll go ahead and show you guys these loads. These are our boxes here. It's gonna end up being some kind of machine. I'm not sure. Gary's in there in his truck. Not sure what kind of... There we are right there. Come around the outside of Gary's truck here. There's the man, the myth, the legend right there. That's Mr. Gary. He's agreed to do an interview for the channel for a couple different things, so working that up now. We're probably going to do that tomorrow, I hope, and you'll get to meet the man. It's a little pre-up to him. Gary became an owner-operator when he was 21 years old. Been trucking for 47 years. The amount of information this guy has in his head, I can't wait to dig into that in an interview and see what we can find out, because there's got the wealth of information that's there. I've been doing this a long time, and I pride myself on the fact that, I've been trucking for 24 years now, and most of it has been specialized. And running with this guy, I have learned something new every day, and that is what I think this is all about. Like, if we can take the opportunity we get a chance to run with a guy like this, that there's probably literally nothing he doesn't know about truck driving. So He claims that he learns stuff every day, and he claims that he learns something new every day, and he may. He's definitely learned new tricks and new things, and the new people coming in, you guys, the new people coming into the industry, they bring new, fresh ideas. So he probably still is learning, but the wealth of knowledge that's in his head, I can't wait to get into that interview, and we'll get into that hopefully tomorrow. I'll be able to post that in the next couple of days, but right now we're going to go over these loads. We're going to cover securement on these loads and let you know what they're about. So pick these up in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, machine shop. There's some kind of machine in there. I have no idea what it is. There's some kind of machine. There's actually what I know of to be at least 4 pieces to this. We have 2 of them, and there's 2 more that I know of that at least are coming. I'm not sure how many total. So no idea what's in there, but it's some kind of machine. So this question gets asked a lot when you got something like this, a box like this. The question of securement comes up every time, especially we pull into truck stops. Guys will see us come in and they'll be like, man, I don't see any securement going over top of that load. How in the world is that thing secured? It really doesn't look like it's secured, but they are. So I figured I'd cover that and show you how we do that. These ones actually were kind of easy for securement in a way. These boxes have I don't know if you can see the bottom of his over there. These boxes have a metal frame going all the way around the bottom of them. So they make it pretty easy for us to have tie down points. It's a little bit of a struggle just because there's only 4 points, so you need to get the proper amount of securement for the weight of load in just those 4 points. I cheated a little bit with mine, so I'll go ahead and show you the load now. This is my box here. The way I did my securement, here's your point I was talking about here with the tie down. This has a knuckle with a plate on the bottom, and then there's a center cut in the middle where you can get a chain hook to hook in there. I have one chain. What I did was I hooked mine up here on the outside. This one's pulling backwards. So I hooked mine on top of this and came through. And then I have another chain hooked down here that's pulling the other way, giving me securement going both directions with this chain. This chain here is actually going clear across the bottom underneath and connected to the other side. And I have another binder over there, which is giving me basically using one chain with 2 binders. So that's the way I did this corner. I did the same exact thing on the other side. And then I put on mine, just because I have lighter weight chains. Gary over there, he's got 1/2-inch chains on his load, so he could actually use less chains than I needed because I have 3/8 chains. So his 1/2-inch chains allowed him not to worry as much about having enough securement for the load on it, for the weight of load. So he didn't have to. I went ahead and threw 2 straps over it, one in the front, one in the back. Just give me a little extra securement for to satisfy DOT. The way we did this up here is I got this chain hooked on my D-ring. I brought it around the front of this thing, and then that chain actually goes clear to the front of the trailer. Sorry about that. This one goes underneath the trailer, clear to the other side, does the same thing on the other side, and we binder it. So this chain here goes all the way across and back to the other side. And then I have another chain that I brought underneath here. Let me see if I can get you to see that. I brought this chain underneath here, and I hooked into this. I just hooked it right into the bracing there, and it runs right up there to the front into the D-ring, and then I got my binder on it right there. I have one of these on each side, which gives me that pressure pulling forward as well as pressure pulling backwards on all 4 points. So on the front and back, I have one chain running all the way across, 2 binders, and then I have chains pulling forward and chains pulling backwards on each side, single chain, 2 binders, so it's basically being used as 2 chains. Somewhat confusing, but it's not really if you think about it for a minute. So basically what I got there when it all shakes loose is I have 6 chains holding the belly of this thing on and 2 straps. So I got 6 chains down underneath and 2 straps. And then of course you saw in the 4 corners of the load, we got it flagged and signed, trucks flagged and signed, and we rolled. Way to load, this load is, I think they said it's 20 foot long, and that's probably about right. It's very tight up against my back deck. I did that for a reason. The way the permit reads, my Virginia permit was my concern because I have a annual Virginia permit that allows me to run on the same permit for a year up to certain dimensions. So my annual permit in Virginia covers, the reason I have that annual permit is Virginia, any load over, and I can't remember the exact number, but I believe it's any load over 62,000 pounds in Virginia, they consider that to be a super load. So when you get into a super load, they want 5 days to issue the permit. So if you book a load today and you want to pick it up 2 days from now, you might be in trouble with, you might get your permit earlier, but you're probably not going to, and they want 5 days to issue the permit. So the answer to that for me anyways was I went ahead and got an annual permit. I paid the additional money. I think the annual permit in Virginia is $500. Pay the $500. If you use that permit 10 times in a year, you've covered the cost of that, which I'm sure I will, given where I run and what I do. So I have my annual permit covers me for 14 foot wide, up to 14.6 tall, 100 foot long, and I believe they gave me 116,000 gross on 6 axles. So now, that being said, the reason that this thing is shoved all the way back like this is because the way they broke up the axle weights on that 116,000, when they gave me 15, I think it's actually 115,000, because it's 15,000 on my steer tires, which I'll never use, never even close. I'll show you the scale ticket on this load. I'm never even close to 15. I don't know why we did it that way. The next one will adjust, and I'll get a little bit more on my drive tires. But we did 15, 40, 40,000 on my drive tires, 20,000 per axle, and 60 on my trailer, 20, 40, 60 on the tri-axle. So the reason that I shoved this all the way back is because I need that 60,000 to be back there. It's very difficult to get a 62,000 pound load to not have 40,000 pounds on my drive tires. So that being said, I needed to try to get my drive tires under 40,000 and keep my trailer under 60,000, which really isn't a problem with a 62,000 pound load. So what I did here, when we put that thing on, I just shoved it all the way to the back deck. You saw the back of this load, it's pretty tight, it's maybe 3-4 inches off the back step. I just got it as far back as I could get the weight. I also put the heavy end at the other end. These guys were able to tell me which end was the heavy end of this machine inside the box. So we were able to make sure the box was spun the right way, so the heavy end was to the back, and I'm shoving all that weight on that tri-axle. So that's why we put it on that way. That's what we were thinking. And I'll go ahead and put a copy of the annual permit up so you can see what that looks like as well. That's it. That's all there is to this load. This load here has me doing something I don't normally do. I don't run over the weekend. I never have. Just not something I do. But the way this load worked out and the way the money worked out, it just seemed like it was a decent idea. And so this is the one weekend this year that I think I'm going to run out. See how it works out. But we're making out pretty good now. It's a very nice, relaxed week. I'm normally, you guys see my channel. You guys watch me load. I'm normally loading, unloading and reloading every day at least. And then I'll run somewhere and unload, reload every day. And it's kind of a rat race in a way of I'm always trying to get to the next load and get that thing done. And this this load here has allowed that all to slow down. And we are in no hurry to get there. Plenty of time, and it's been very relaxing and very nice for that reason. So that's it for securement on this one. I'll show you a little bit of seeing. I shot some footage today, and I'll put a little bit of that up and let you guys see the load and see us getting it done. And look forward to you guys stay tuned for the next episode, because I'm gonna get that interview with Mr. Gary there, and I'm sure that's going to be very informational. So hope everybody has a great day. Talk to you soon.
If they pull me over on the shoulder, it's over. She'll be way too far down them yellow lines. In the get gone lane. Yeah, in the get gone lane. Drinking double shot black lipstick on the edge of that Starbucks cup.